Hey guys, this is NoobPlay here, and today we're going to play some the Stanley Parable. The Stanley Parable is basically a game that lets you choose to obey or disobey the narrator, and by obeying or disobeying you're changing the way the game ends. So it's, for example, if you know the books or the serious book of Goosebumps, it lets you choose how you continue in the story. It's about just like that. So I'll show you an example. I start with just obeying, and for the second time I'll disobey. So let's start. Now it's loading.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on the keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
So basically you're playing a guy with no life.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay, so we said we'll obey this time. So let's take the door to make our left.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Get Chris out of the broom closet. Okay. So... oh, broom closet. Chris, are you here?
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here.
Chris?
So he turned around and got back on track.
Chris. No, he's not here.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Upstairs. Okay. Executive bathroom. Yes. Oh, it's closed.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him.
Where?
And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number. 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
Oh. Just pressing random buttons.
Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random
Oh
buttons
my
on the
god, I'm a
keypad,
genius.
Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Loading, 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 load.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Okay, so let's continue the story.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Okay.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret
wish
did
that
this
was my
place
bedroom.
hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Yeah, bitches, let's go find out. Okay, there are 3 buses. Oh, just 1 bus.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building,
where's
Stanley's
47?
co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where
Numbers,
freedom
numbers,
meant
numbers.
nothing.
Wait. There's nobody in any of these offices. 4-2 here. I'm here. There's nobody there. So. Okay, let's continue.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this
No
the only
way.
reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
No.
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's
Pirate?
control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he
Why
truly
did it
spent his
say
entire
pirate?
life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with
what
emotions. Happy,
One.
or sad, or content. Walking, eating,
These are
working.
boxes, right?
All of it monitored and commanded from this very
Do I
place.
need to
And as the
press these
cold
buttons?
reality of his past began to sink
Two.
in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he
No,
would
that's
dismantle the
5.
controls once and for all.
What's this? Okay, 3. What's up here? Yes, this is up here. 4 and 5 was there, right? Five. Nothing. Is it? That's not it. So how do I? Do I need to go through this door? Okay, so after I researched a bit, apparently I was supposed to go to the facility power. Are you fucking kidding me? Fucking kidding me?
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
Okay, so let's turn the system off. Please don't jump scare, no jump scare, no jump scare. No jump scare, no.
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine. Unshackled himself from someone else's command.
Yeah,
Freedom was mere moments away.
Freedom,
And yet,
freedom,
even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him. For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go.
Of course it was to understand.
Where to go,
Are you idiot?
or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his.
You're
And that was all
an
he
idiot.
needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door. Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen.
Yes.
And Stanley was
He's
happy.
happy. So this was the first ending of the Stanley Parable, but unfortunately we don't have enough time for another ending. So I'll make another video in like 2 days or so, with the second ending where we disobey all the time. Okay, so thanks for watching and don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Thank you.